A potential setback for American officials at our southern border. Venezuela has stopped accepting deportation flights from the U.S. and Mexico after a deal between the nations fell apart. Those flights had been seen as a successful way to try to stem the flow of migrants from Venezuela. Correspondent Allie Bradley is live along the Arizona border with some details. Allie.
Yeah, hey, Nicole. So that border battle once again heating up here. We just got our hands on some new migrant encounter numbers from our CBP sources that confirm that we are on track to beat last February's encounter numbers. We've already seen nearly 140,000 people enter the country, and that's with 6 days left to go, and that includes Venezuelan migrants as well. We've already seen around 6,000 individuals from Venezuela come in to the country this month alone. Now, Nicole, it's important to note here that only about 2,000 migrants from Venezuela have actually been removed from the country on these repatriation flights over the last 4 months, which is just a fraction of who we're encountering down here. Now, NewsNation was able to confirm here with ICE sources that they are, in fact, stopping these removal flights. So these removal flights are supposed to send illegal immigrants with a final order of removal back to Venezuela. They have, again, been rejected from the Venezuelan government for the last 4 weeks now. So what is the reason here? Well, the U.S. reimposed sanctions on state-owned mining companies, other sanctions hitting oil and gas. That is also on the table. So the U.S. had lifted those sanctions against the authoritarian rule of the Venezuelan president, Nicolas Maduro, under the promise of more free and fair elections there. But here's the thing, that hasn't happened. In fact, the country's Supreme Court just barred Maduro's main opposition leader, Maria Corina Machado, from running for president. The current vice president there, well, she's claiming that the U.S. is blackmailing Venezuela and is refusing these flights. So what happens to the migrants who are supposed to be on those rejected flights? Well, first, let's take a listen to what Representative Tony Gonzalez had to say about what's really going on here with these repatriation flights and what the Biden administration is saying.
They tell you one thing and they do another. Details matter. You know, when you say you're repatriating people, you're deporting people to Venezuela, or are you deporting dozens? Or are you deporting hundreds? Or are you deporting thousands? And it's very clear that they went from deporting dozens to zero, and that is not going to fix the problem.
Okay, so what happens to those migrants? That's an important question there, right? Because they did get that final order of removal. Well, they cannot remain in custody forever. So a case review has to be conducted. Sources tell me they're likely going to be placed under a supervision or in an alternate to detentions program, which is already strained. Right now, we know they already have limited resources to track individuals. So my source is also saying here that these individuals are not going to get that notice to appear like we're seeing with a lot of the migrants who are processed and released, Nicole. Because these individuals have that final order of removal, they will eventually be removed. But that is the case for 1.5 million people who already have a final order of removal, Nicole, and remain in the United States.
Yeah, more than 1.5 million still here. All right, Allie, thank you.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.